All right, well, we spent yesterday at Rhyolite Ridge, the proposed lithium mine. Got on the road last night, left that site, ran into bighorn sheep on the way out of there, desert bighorns. Last night we drove a few more hours through the desert till we got too tired to continue and stopped in this canyon. We're on the way up to Thacker Pass up north of here. The sun's just coming up over on this side of the valley here. Beautiful sunrise. The moon's going down over the hill right up here. This is a beautiful little camp spot that we stumbled into in the dark last night. Creek running through here. Water is really, truly life here in the desert. Yesterday was pretty brutal. Seeing the Rhyolite Ridge site in person, exploring it, seeing the wildlife who lives there, hearing about what's going to happen from these biologists who have followed the project closely. It was brutal. I left there with a clenching stomach ache and a real sense of dread for what's coming on that project, what could happen. So this Thacker Pass site is even on a faster timeline. It's being fast-tracked. They've cut the public comment periods. They have shortened the review process. They have streamlined a lot of the environmental regulations to permit projects like this under the current administration. So it's a real fast-track project. It's something that is imminent, and it's a major threat. So I guess I can't say I'm looking forward to seeing the site. I'm looking forward to meeting the wildlife, meeting the wild place. But that clenched sensation in my gut starts to come back when I think about it. So we're gonna have to see what it looks like up there today, what we see on the ground. We got a couple more hours on the road before we get there, so we'll be up there later this morning.
So this is Thacker Pass.
So this would be the road
Northern Nevada, north of Winnemucca. We just left the town of Oravada.
The mine is right up here.
And this whole area here, off to our right, this is the area.
This battery's almost dead. It's pretty
lithium
windy.
mine up here. It would essentially stretch from right where we're at.
This
right
is
now
Thacker
to
Pass.
as far as you can see up this road.
From the town of Oravada.
This power line right here would be
Thacker Pass comes right up here. The road comes dirt over here. It's paved through this
up
section.
ahead of us, up near the pass.
This is where they want to build one of the world's largest lithium mines.
All along our right here, these areas would be explored. There's also
as you can see, this is
to our left on the south side of this road over here.
Wild, undeveloped
to
place.
see if that would be commercially viable.
There's been some cattle ranching up here, so there's some fences.
Large processing facilities and waste.
There's a power line that runs along the road.
Evaporation
and that's
ponds
it.
And so on.
That's all that's in this
over in this whole area over here.
Pass here.
A large sulfur burning plant, which they would use.
Almost everything we could see, the land I'm standing on right now,
for the extraction.
Way over this direction,
they're calling it
over this rise
they
here.
Would burn the sulfur and then use the waste heat to generate
quite a ways this direction, I think, onto
sulfur
this rise right here.
Dioxide is, of course,
over this hump that we're on.
So
and
that's bullshit.
Perhaps a quarter mile or half a mile down this hill.
But, this is it, and we're gonna
this would all be the open pit.
Spend the day.
This would be a gigantic hole gouged into the planet.
These rolling sagebrush hills.
What we have here right now is,
from what I understand,
this
up to the boundary of
wild country. We have
slopes up to the high
this rabbit brush, which is blooming right now. All kinds of native pollinators at work. We've got little butterflies, moths, native bees of different sorts. We saw a dragonfly.
Wildlife habitat, bird habitat.
I wanted to start the video over here to show you. I saw a jackrabbit jumping away a minute ago. And I noticed this little spot right here.
Driven away from their homes, or otherwise.
See that matted down grass leading into the bush here?
You know, this
all
is
the tracks on the ground.
This is not empty desert, and we'll get up here and take a closer look at who exactly lives out here.
This is a really beautiful place, and it's hard to know that it's slated for destruction soon, very soon. This mining company, Lithium Americas, it's a Canadian Chinese company, I believe, headquartered in Vancouver, BC, with a Nevada subsidiary, Lithium Nevada. They want to get this mine permitted in the next few months. They want to get the permits finalized and ready to go so that they can build starting in next year, starting not too far from now. I put in public comment on this project, knowing that that system is broken. I mean, it was set up to, these agencies were set up to regulate public input, not to regulate the industries that they purport to be regulating. They cut the comment period for this one. In their document, in the BLM document prepared for this project, the draft environmental impact survey, they say the purpose of this document is to approve this project, not to assess this project, not to figure out whether it's in the public interest, not to look at whether it has unacceptable environmental consequences, but to permit the project. It's a rubber stamping. And this is what they're going to destroy. This is old growth sagebrush habitat. $6,000 acres. 6,000 acres. On top of the mine, there would be processing facilities over here, a sulfur burning plant to provide sulfuric acid for processing, extremely polluting, as well as acid rain concerns. You would have processing facilities, you would have loading areas and dumping zones. Going to have an expansion of this electrical line along here to provide power to the project. It's quiet up here right now. Can't hear anything but the wind, the insects, a few birds. If this project goes ahead, what you'll hear here all day, every day, for 25 years is explosions. Heavy machinery, massive dump trucks. This is the cost of bright green lies. Everything between here and the main paved road, which is running down the center of the valley, down where those power lines are, everything on this side would be part of the mine. And the open pit would probably go from around where this drainage is over here to maybe all the way over here. Maybe even past what we can see over to the left. Almost 2 miles wide. And a mile from basically here, a little bit in front of us, to the road would be dug out. And I was wrong earlier. I thought it was 25-year mine life, but this would be a 41-year mine. That's just what they say. They'd probably try and keep it going and extend its life after that.
41 years.
Yeah. coyote?
Could be.
Sure is.
It's unusual to hear just one, isn't it?
They're so far away I could just barely hear them. I think they're probably over on the other side of the road in that area, which would be the exploration area there. Or somewhere up in those hills, maybe. Anybody got a good coyote howl? Want to try talking to him?